That's right.
That's right.
That's
Take your
right.
methylene blue, Notter?
Of course I did, my friend.
Always. Nice. I did my NAD plus today, my methylene blue yesterday. Ready to crush it.
That's right.
What up,
That's right.
Dr.
15,
Ryan?
15 grams of creatine, Ben. Have you done it? Have you tried it? 3 servings?
I
I need
have
to try
not.
that.
No, I'm back to my 5 grams.
The 15 will light the brain up, like especially on like jet lag or like whatever, poor sleep.
Light
Methylene
it
blue,
up.
NAD, 15 grams of creatine lit up.
What was the
Oof.
first thing?
Yeah, first thing. Yeah.
Say
No,
that
what was
again,
the
please,
first?
Dr. Ryan. Can you say that again,
I heard
please?
NAD and 15 grams of creatine, but you said something before those two.
Methylene blue,
Oh, you do methylene blue and NAD the same day?
methylene blue, NAD, 15
Mm-hmm.
grams of creatine. If you are in like a funk, like if you've
Oh,
lost sleep or traveled or something.
oh, bro. I'm in the zone, dude. Come on.
Yes. This is Ben Zone. What are you talking about? In
Dude,
a
I
funk?
rocked out a ton of stuff. Well, what was left, finished it all for the fundraising, just waiting
Love
for
it.
the last video. And my goal, I say it every week, but if for real, I think we could go live next week.
Yes.
It's freaking,
Yes.
they're just so, I mean, there's like 100 pages just in the fundraising because we've got emails, we've got text messages, we've got certificates, we've got scripts, we've got everything in there to help the organization, to help the students, the members, the church, the players, whatever the organization does, just absolutely crush it. So
Love
yeah,
it.
it's gonna be
Love
fun.
it. Love it.
So anyway, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our live Live Good Firestarter Friday call for what is today, the 24th. Got
Yeah,
one more
baby.
Friday. Do we have a Friday next week? July, 31 days? Yes. One more Friday to wrap up the month next week. Yeah, today's not the last Friday, which
No.
means next week won't be the monthly recap. It'll be the following week. But numbers continue to roll in. Lots of exciting things. I was doing some research this morning that I'll share with you guys here in a second because yesterday, for those of you guys who were on our opportunity call
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, sometimes stuff just comes out, just pops out in
Mm-hmm.
my head, Notter's head, whatever, and we just start talking. So we were talking about, not only how important it is to trust what's in the product as far as the transparency, the amount of ingredients, seeing those certificates, all that stuff, but just as importantly, to trust and know the company that's behind it. Because a bad company, quite honestly, could make a good product. But if that company's not going to be around, you're not going to get that product for a long time. So I was just doing a lot of just research and homework on different companies and companies that have succeeded in whatever term that means, companies that have failed. And it's really exciting to look at where we came from, where we are
Mm.
now, how we're absolutely disrupting two of the biggest industries in the world, both the supplement space and the network marketing industry. And then you factor in the skincare industry, the pet
Mm-hmm.
care industry, moving into the food space, household cleaners. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we are taking advantage of and really doing that no one else has done before. And it's just awesome. So we'll get into all of that stuff today. Got rank advancements, announcements, lots of cool stuff. Notter, Director of Field Development. Good morning out there.
Good morning, young man. How's the weather over there in Florida, buddy?
It's hot, dude. It's hot. Dude, we're in almost in August. Yeah.
Bro, it's 97 degrees here at
Woo.
9:05 a.m. So yeah, it's all good. But that brings me to something. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Ben. Thank you again. You might want to step away because I'm just so thankful for you to come back to the world of supplementation and home-based business. It's not just me, it's 2 million plus people who change their product line, who change their supplementation line, who realize that they can get the highest quality products at the lowest price. And so what? We don't make the celebrities richer. So what? We don't make 1 out of 1,000 people on top of some compensation plan get them a check while 999 are overpaying for stuff blindly, not knowing what's in it. That's Live Good. You got an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to go out there and carve out a huge piece of this pie, however big you want it to be. You want it to be a small piece of the pie or a big piece of the pie. But here's the fact. Imagine if Jeff Bezos, when Amazon only had 2 million Prime members. That 2 million is a huge number. Please forgive me if I add the word only into it. That 2 million plus people that have shifted their supplementation line to Livegood instead of the stuff out there that didn't know what's in it. That's a huge number. But just imagine if Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, the gentleman with no hair but a lot of money, imagine if he would have come to everyday people like us and say, hey, boys and girls, give me a one-time $40 and go. You're already a Prime member, and go out there, bring me Prime members. Ben already checked it for us last night. It's about $12.95 a month. $12.95 a month. People are going to pay me $12.95 a month so they can get some benefits. They can save money on certain things. Imagine if Jeff Bezos told us that when Amazon only had 2 million members. Now they have over 220 million Prime members. Ladies and gentlemen, talk about a win-win situation, a true perfect storm. And I know sometimes I get too excited, and we promise each other, or at least I promise myself every Friday that, hey, I'm not going to talk about the old network marketing anymore because it's over. It's like old way of transportation were horses and camels and donkeys, and now they're cars. And now look at some of the cars drive themselves. So there's really no reason to bring up the past, but just a couple of things that's happened the past few weeks. Ben, you might remember this, brother. Every time the gas prices would go up for whatever reason, I don't want to get into political reasons. Guess what? Ben and I, or myself, or Ben would probably get a phone call from some, I'm going to use the word charlatan, from some charlatan that's going to say, hey, can we make a network marketing opportunity, binary, 3X, whatever, Australian, 2-up, throw up, 1-up, whatever, because everybody's worried about the gas fuel. Can we find like a 20-cent pill, sell it to people for $2, 10 times the cost, so they can go out there and take advantage of what's out there? That's how network marketing was. Every time a celebrity talked about resveratrol, we would get a phone call. Hey, Ben, hey, Nader, individually or together. Hey, Ben, hey, Nader, can you guys make us a product and put some resveratrol in it? Because Barbara Walter, Diane Sawyer, Oprah, Dr. Oz, they're all talking all over the news about resveratrol. Can you just sprinkle some in there so we can go out there and take people's money, sell them a $6 product for $75? We've been around the block. We've seen this. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me when my brother Ben Galinsky walked away from the industry 8 years ago. Man of integrity, man of honesty, man that came from the industry, worked his tail off. I'm talking tail off. Everything that the traditional networker has gone through, he's gone through. I've gone through. And then walk away from an industry that blessed him beyond measure because of the facts that he shares with you. Most people lose money, but in Livegood, nobody's losing money, Ben. Nobody's losing money, bro. You saw my truck. I filled it up yesterday at Costco, ironically, saving money. $180, brother. And it wasn't even empty all the way. $180. But I went to Costco. I did it. Why? Because it saved me about $15. You should have seen the line at Costco gas. You should see the line at Costco parking lot. The minute they open, people go in. 2 nights ago, we took the kids to the mall. Yeah, there's some people at the mall, but guess what kids are doing? They're looking at a product at a mall store. They're looking at it online. They find the cheaper one, higher value, better product at a lower price. And guess what? They're buying it. So when we talk about people buying habit shifting, that's the reality. Not that Ben doesn't do a great job explaining it. Awesome communicator. But here's a simple example. Just 5, 6, 7 years ago, when we would chaperone kids to the mall, they would save up their allowance money. They would buy a blouse. Now you take the same demographic of kids to chaperone them to the same mall. What do? They look up a product. They compare. They ask questions. Kids are getting educated. People are getting educated. And that's one of the things we're doing, Ben. So yeah, absolutely. Another thing really quick, ladies and gentlemen, look at all the resources we're giving you. See, we don't talk about this much because I don't know if it's because of Ben being humble or Lisa and Ryan not being in our industry, network marketing before, but you all realize every once or twice a week, I'm getting a text message. I love it from Ryan, from Lisa, from Ben. Hey, I just uploaded the video about this. I just uploaded the video about that. Did you know, and Ben will probably back me on this, did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that the old companies, it would take like a year for them to come up with one video. It would come up 2 years for them to come up with a free health assessment. We are handing you every possible tool that you can imagine. We're equipping you. We're equipping you to go out there and share the love of Livegood proudly while holding your chin up, without hiding behind whatever, overcoming objections, without having to worry about having a funnel or any of that. When you have the highest quality products, when you have 3 out of 10 people that when they join, they start almost immediately telling their friends, you're going to have a revolution of commerce. You're going to have a company that's going to have 100 million members by 2030. And just like Ben said, I want you, all of you, regardless of your faith, I want you to imagine a Christmas tree. I want you to imagine a Christmas tree, okay? Christmas tree stops on the top and comes down. We're a 2x15 force matrix. And believe you me, I don't want to get into how generous this comp plan is, how we can potentially pay tens of thousands of levels. You'll see that on your own. But ladies and gentlemen, what we're sharing with you here is a true opportunity for everyday people to go out there, get their position locked, start getting some products, because we're all about the products. If somebody's not going to take advantage of our product line, what's the point? If you're gonna be if Netflix had a business opportunity that if you refer people to use Netflix, you get a percentage of their monthly membership fee, and whoever they refer. Well, if you bring them into that program, and if they've never watched Netflix, sooner or later they're gonna give up the membership. With Livegood, this is what I love, Ben. When people place a product order, they place a product between 6 and 7 orders. Why? What? Because of the value. Because for the same $4 a day, that's our ultimate wellness pack, it would cost them $600 getting it elsewhere. So here's what I want to share with you, ladies and gentlemen. We're giving you so many things. We're giving you things that in the old way of network marketing, members and distributors were longing for it for months and months, and we're popping out new videos, new trainings, new reels, look at Ben. He just put up 3 brand new videos. That's not for him to look at himself in the videos. It's for you to use that to go out there, share the love of Livegood, so you don't have to become a professional salesperson. So you don't have to learn how to overcome objections. So you don't have to turn people, hey, there's a reason you're paying $65 for a $9 lipstick. So maybe one person will get a pink Lamborghini. See, this is a company of transparency. So this is very important, my beloved. This time of year, go out there, share the love. People still need supplementation. Now, because of Livegood, they can truly get about $500 to $600 worth of amazing product just with our Ultimate Wellness Pack. Look at our Daily Essential, Ben, $140. And I'm not pulling numbers out of my ear. Click on each one of those products, click on comparison, and look at the other products and add them up. None of those products will show you the testing. None of those product company owners are going to train you like Lisa and Ryan do every Monday, and it's archived in our YouTube channel, so how to use the products. But look, $140 worth of products, people are getting it for less than $1 a day. And here's another icing on a cake, bro. If they don't like it, they can send it back 2.5 months, 3 months empty. We'll give them all their money back. I mean, we got 2 million, 2 million, plus people who've changed their supplementation line from whatever they were buying unknowingly to Livegood, and we barely get any returns. But if you want to return it after 2.5 months, almost 3 months, send it over. But that's what Livegood is all about. We're giving you everything you need, ladies and gentlemen, to get you equipped for the revolution. And it all starts with this. You need to fill this out yourself, and you need to start using this. What happened on the news last week? People were concerned about greens and vegetables. Guess what? We have the cleanest greens on the planet. We tell you exactly what's in it, how much of it is in it. We do testing after testing after testing for 85 cents a scoop. I mean, come on. How do you go to your friends? You simply say, hey, I've been thinking about you. You know what's going on in the news? What's your email address? ben@aol.com. Great. I'm going to send you an email. Take a look at it. This can help you. Bless you. However you talk to people. Grab your the most comprehensive health assessment and get a couple of Lisa and Ryan's Monday Zoom links or the reels that we have on greens. We are giving you everything you need to go out there, but while you're getting healthy and staying healthy yourself, you're sharing the love. Another thing, really quick, other companies are charging 3 times for the hydration amplifiers. Buy a stack of these. You know what? Put them in front of your coffee maker at work. Put them next to your water fountain at work. Put a little card. Give people the comprehensive health assessment. Bless them, because sooner or later, they're going to join Livegood through fundraising, through a doctor program, through whatever. They're going to join Livegood when they see their friends acting more active, getting out there, doing the things that they didn't do before. They're going to start asking questions. It's all about you getting on the products, sharing the love. But remember, this time of year, everybody's expecting just to hear from you. Just reach out to them. Say, hey, I was thinking about you. I don't know if you're watching the news. Don't say anything negative. Ask for their email address. Send them the most comprehensive health assessment on the planet, a couple of Lisa and Ryan's videos, and just love on them. Love on them. Sooner or later, they're going to recognize our value, which is unseeable, as Ben says, and they're going to recognize our love. Love wins every single time. I think another name for Livegood is Love Good, because ladies and gentlemen, you truly, truly show your love when you want to help your friend to get healthy, stay healthy, do it in an affordable way. And yeah, people are doing Uber, people are doing DoorDash, people are doing Amazon X to make extra money because those people didn't want to do the old network marketing that told them to go out there and buy a $5 product for 60 themselves and then resell it to their friends for 70 so they make 10 bucks off their friend. All of those people, all of that old model is gone. That's why people were doing, probably weren't doing network marketing and rather do DoorDash and all that stuff, put miles on their cars. We Livegood, one time $40 to be a part of a revolution of love, $9.95 a month, which is really not a cost, because if you even buy one product, you're saving that, even though our retail price is already a third of the junk out there. That's how we're going to have it. That's how we're going to have 100 million members. When everyday people is like, I cannot wait to tell my cousin Sally, my boss Bob, that he can get a CBD oil for less than 20 bucks instead of paying 65 to another company that gives a black Cadillac to 1 out of 1,000 people. So go out there, become the product of the product, share this. Everybody in your family and your friends need to fill this out. Get Lisa and Ryan's Zooms to a couple of your friends. I think everybody should watch the magnesium one. That's just me. But just share the love. Share the love. This time of year, get some of these. Take them to work. Leave them on your water fountain. Bless people. Take a picture. Make a QR code of this. Put it in front of your water fountain. Love people. You never have to worry about hiding behind upline conversations. Let me get my upline on the phone. Let me show you a check. I need to learn how to overcome objections. There is no objections. Highest quality products at the lowest price. Thank you, Ben. Back to you, brother.
Awesome. Good stuff, Nader. Just to clarify a couple things that you said. Yes, the average customer is ordering 6 to 7 products per order. Nader said that a little bit weird. The average number of orders is currently about 9, but that's because a lot of people have only placed one because they've only been in for a month. But yeah, I mean, the month-to-month retention is about 96% of people who ordered last month reorder this month, and then obviously almost everyone else that joins orders when they join as well. So that's what drives momentum. That's what drives duplication. That's what drives growth and success and long-term value and just more growth. So yeah, awesome stuff. And Nader said unseeable. That means you can't unsee what we're doing. Once you understand Livegood, highest quality supplements, lowest prices, full transparency, you can't get it out of your head. And so that's why, and just another reason we're growing, we have that kind of retention, because it's very hard, weird, challenging, whatever you want to say, for someone to know that Livegood is here, know that we have the highest quality, cleanest, purest, healthiest USDA certified organic greens powder on the planet. And I like to use this as an example because there's a lot of greens powders out there. For $19.95, like, no one's going back to spending $59.95 for a low quality product that doesn't even tell you what's in it, doesn't tell you the quality, isn't organic, and it's just overpriced garbage. So yeah, just another reason we're absolutely crushing it. But Nader talked a little bit about the network marketing industry, and it is interesting, Nader. I have not gotten that fuel tab thing, or even the fuel liquid stuff.
Yeah.
It seems to recycle itself every few years, like, which is really interesting, because if it worked, like, why wouldn't people continue using it if it's actually getting them better gas mileage, saving them money at the pump? So the fact that those kind of have a little, little bump at the beginning and then they disappear kind of tells me it doesn't work, or it's overpriced. I don't know, but that's one that we've seen kind of recycled often. And it's interesting that this time, because I do still get calls from people wanting to launch a company and wanting us to run software and all that stuff. And we haven't taken on any new clients for a while, but that's not one that I've been pitched on lately, interestingly enough, with all the gas price stuff. But I did just ask ChatGPT a question as you were talking, because you kind of triggered this thought in my head. And I just asked, what is the current state of the network marketing industry? And you guys are welcome to ask it the same thing. And here's what it says. And this is really interesting because it's kind of exactly what we've been saying for the last, I mean, really not and I for the last like 10, 15 years. But since we launched Livegood, this has been, once you recognize trends in the marketplace, trends in the economy, where consumers are spending their money, how people look at things and make a decision on what to get involved with and what to buy, it makes perfect sense. And it's kind of not, this is the weird thing. And I'll tell you what the answer was to that question here in a second. So I think the interesting thing is not that we're doing it different, because the way that we're doing it is actually the way that makes sense, the way that the economy is dictating, the way that aligns with the way consumers are spending their money, the way that lines up with everything in the world right now, yet we're the outlier. We're the ones doing it different, and everyone else continues to do it the old way that clearly isn't working anymore. So I just find that very interesting. If you know what's happening, because it's not hard to see. I just asked ChatGPT. Here's the answer. I said, here was my question exactly. What is the current state of the network marketing industry? Short and sweet. And it actually says this. I wouldn't describe it as dying or booming. I describe it, well, I would disagree with that. I think it is dying. Nutter thinks maybe they're right. Whatever. But it says, I describe it as splitting into two very different groups. The winners, and it identifies the winners as companies with high quality products that people would buy even without a business opportunity. Does that sound like a company you might be familiar with? It says competitive pricing, strong customer retention, transparent branding. That's an interesting one that it recognized that. And a heavy emphasis on recruiting customers rather than distributors. I mean, it's like they're talking about Livegood, which is really cool and I guess validating, but not surprising if you ask me. The companies that are struggling have the same common issues. Expensive products, says outdated compensation plans. I don't really care about that one. Dependence on hotel meetings and home parties. That's clearly not working anymore. Little customer base outside of distributors. That's the biggest one. Because in 99% of network marketing companies out there, the only people who are buying the products are the distributors in the compensation plan so that they can qualify to maybe, hopefully, 1% of them get paid every month. And it says poor technology and aging distributor networks, whatever that means. But it's interesting. I guess it's not interesting. Whatever. We're doing ChatGPT, whatever. When you know what works and what doesn't work and you do what works, it's going to work. If you do what doesn't work, it's not going to work. And so contrary to what ChatGPT says, I do believe the network marketing industry is dying. And that thought came to my head just because Nader was talking about people driving Uber and all that stuff. And I think everyone should have a side hustle, not just outside of their job, but outside of network marketing as well. Because I don't think that, and you guys can bash me, whatever, I don't think the network marketing company industry is ever coming back, is ever going to be big again, is ever going to be strong again, is ever going to be a viable long-term business opportunity ever again. And I genuinely think that Livegood is, and I'm not saying this because of what we have, this is kind of why we put it together, but I really think Livegood is the last great business opportunity in the network marketing industry there will ever be. And and that's kind of a sad, scary, maybe even negative thought process to think about, but and I only think it's going to be here for like three years or so. And that doesn't mean Livegood's going to be here for 3 years. That means the opportunity to earn income is only going to be here for 3 years, because 3 years from now, when we have 50 million members and everyone on the planet has heard about it, it's just like what Nader said. If Amazon launched a network marketing company, said, hey, everyone can get paid for everyone they refer to Amazon right now. Who's left? Who are you going to go pitch on Amazon that's not already in, that doesn't even know about it, that's not already purchasing from them? That's where we're going to be in 3 to 5 years from now. So that's why, the window of opportunity right now, and really, I believe for the next 12 months is like your last chance. And I'm not, again, this wasn't even on my paper notes, whatever, to talk about today. Nader just kind of triggered some stuff, and I'm just telling you what I think. Nader calls me, what he calls me, whatever.
Yep.
I might be right, I might be wrong. So you don't have to agree with me. You don't, what I'm saying could be totally wrong, and the network marketing industry could come back tomorrow and explode. I don't know. I don't think it will. And I truly believe that, the next year with Livegood is the last and greatest chance that we all have to really position ourselves for a long-term residual income in the network marketing industry. So I'll leave it at that. Point is, don't miss this opportunity. Don't let anyone miss this opportunity. At the very least, you're going to get the best products on the planet at the lowest prices every single day. That will never change. If you're going to buy supplements, and 100% of people out there on the planet need supplements, nobody's getting everything they need out of their daily diets. 60 to 80% of people are already purchasing nutritional supplements. There is no reason to buy them anywhere else when we genuinely, provingly, documented have the best products at the best prices. That's why we're going to continue to grow. So worst case scenario, you save a ton of money, you get in the best health of your life. Best case scenario, you do those things and you make an extra $100, $500, $1,000, $2,500, $5,000, $10,000 a month for the rest of your life because of the people you referred now before they hear about it from someone else. So really, again, that window is wide open right now. 2 million is a tiny number compared to where we're going to be in the next 3 to 5 years. But after that, when everyone knows who we are, where we are, what we're doing, and is buying their supplements from Livegood, the opportunity just isn't going to be there anymore. But that means all those people are going to continue buying, which means all of you guys are going to continue getting paid. And unlike every other network marketing company in the world, really, I mean, Nader, can you name a company that's bigger today than they were last year or 5 years ago or 10 years ago?
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm sure there are some that launched.
I can't think of it
recently, but I don't think there is a single one other than Livegood that's bigger today than it was a year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago.
Correct.
Because they're all doing it the wrong way. The point is this: like, those companies are. You look at the cycle of a network, and I'm not, like Nader said, I didn't come on this call to bash the network marketing industry. That was definitely not on my list of things to talk about today. But, you look at what's happening, and I really believe we will be not one of the last companies standing, but actually there's a few companies out there that I think, like Legal Shield will probably, actually, I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you this, Nader. I've used them, and I've used ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT in 30 seconds writes 10 times a better letter than a $500 an hour attorney can write. It just does. Like, and it's no disrespect to the attorneys, but a lot of that stuff is going to go digital, and a lot of AI is going to replace. I mean, right now, even like engineers and who are the guys that like do the designs for permits for building houses and all that stuff? I mean, AI can do that in 5 minutes better than an engineer that you have to pay $250 an hour to draw up designs for a house. My buddy owns a landscaping company, and dude, he'll take a picture of a house where like they need landscaping, and he'll put it in ChatGPT. He'll just say, "Hey, show me what this would look like with nice landscaping." Sometimes he knows all the different kinds of plants and shrubs and trees and stuff. Put some palm trees in there, put some palmettos in there, whatever. And it'll like totally design it. He shows it to the homeowner, say, "We can do this. Is this what you want?" Like, it's really replacing a lot of people. So I really believe AI can't replace supplementation. It can't replace highest quality, lowest prices. We will be here for the next 50, 100 years. Other companies, I don't know. Maybe there will be a few, but I guarantee you there won't be many. And it's starting right now. I mean, there are far less companies out there in the network marketing industry, in the supplement industry today than there were 5 years ago, or maybe not 10 years. I mean, the supplement space it goes crazy. You know, people launch a company just to try to sell a product. And it used to be, yeah, I would say that. I mean, 10 years ago, remember all those free trial offers, Nodder?
Of course.
They'd make a weight loss product for $5, literally $5.
Uh-huh.
And they do a free trial where it's like, pay $5 for shipping
Yep.
to get this free product, and they put you on an auto ship for $70 a month to keep getting the product. If you didn't send it back, you were getting dinged $70 next month and getting a new product for like. And so companies and people made a lot of money doing that, scamming people. But yeah. Anyway,
Ben, bro, I don't think it was scamming people. It was just people were not educated. Like you said perfectly. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you hit the nail on the head. There's a lot of things that companies could have gotten away with then just a short 8 years ago that they can't get away now because people are more educated. People are asking more questions. I mean, we're telling people that, hey, next time you look at a product, reach out to the company. Say, hey, I'm a potential consumer. Can you please show me the testing? People became wiser shoppers. People are asking questions. And I really, really think a lot of the things that happened about 7 or 8 years ago when people got locked up had a lot to do with making people think more. And that's why you see a lot of companies out there trying to milk what's left of it. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is all good stuff. This is all good stuff. You're getting in a very, very, very early stages of a company that's going to have 100 million members minimum. And I'm not saying we're going to add other things, but just think about it. When was the last time you went to Costco? On your way out to Costco, 110 million people are paying Costco a monthly membership fee so they can buy products. Listen carefully, please. Buy products for themselves. Traditional companies would be, if you were going to use a Costco example, you would go to Costco, buy a product, and come and sell it to your cousin. That's the old way of doing network marketing. We're a buyer's club. We make these products. Ryan and Lisa made these products for their family, met Ben Glinsky. I don't want to say too much nice things about him because I know he doesn't like it very much. Met Ben Glinsky at a gym. I mean, whoever, universe, creator, whatever, it's like making a perfect storm. People buying habit shifting, people getting locked up, so asking questions. Hey, is high price really means high quality? Then Ben, look at him. The guy is just turned 50. He was over here a couple of weeks ago. My kids are like, Uncle Ben hasn't changed a bit. You got a guy that's been healthy all his life, ran efficient companies, is an expert. I really wish he wasn't here right now. Is an expert on running a profitable company. I mean, we paid $150 million in commissions. We paid almost another $1 million yesterday. We're probably going to pay another $4 or $5 million for the monthly. I mean, this guy's been running efficient, profitable companies. You met Lisa and Ryan. Look at those two. If you look in the dictionaries, look at a healthy couple. They should put their picture in front of them. All right. He met them in there. And then all of a sudden, the whole world starts coming together. If you didn't know any better, you think like Ben has a connection up there telling them, hey, why don't we change people's buying habit? Hey, why don't we in June or July of 2026, why don't we create a scare for greens and vegetables? He didn't do that. It's just everything is coming together. When you do the right things, ladies and gentlemen, some people believe it's universe, some people believe it's a creator. When you do the right things, good things going to happen to you. He's been doing right things. He walked away from this industry 9 years ago, and I'm not speaking for my brother. He talks about it all the time because he was tired of watching everyday people losing money. Okay, he's so right. In a traditional network marketing industry, 100 million people are still trying to make it work. People only buy the products to qualify. They change the lingo so they make it look like they have customers, but they have no customers. Because, excuse my French, no moron is going to pay $70 for a product that the same company's website brags about giving away pink Cadillacs, Ferraris, trips, and $5,000 watches. Mine is just a Casio, so don't freak out on me. At the cost of everyday people overpaying. No wonder people quit in less than 3 months. Ben, no wonder nobody recruited. That's why we made so much money selling recruiting systems to those companies, because people didn't want to talk to their cousin. Who was going to talk to their cousin and sell them a $60 product that costs $4 to make? So yes, absolutely. Timing is so important. Don't let 2.2 million people that change their supplementation line from junk out there to Livegood confuse you. We're going to have 100 million members. Opportunities the next 24 months, all out massive action, part-time with the full-time attitude for the next 24 months. Back to you, brother.
Yeah. And I think it all comes down to, what we were talking about, as you like to say, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, those companies, I shouldn't say opportunities, but those you don't call them scams, I call them scams, aren't here anymore. And the proof is in the pudding. If they still worked, they would still be here and they still be working. You look at what's happening in the network marketing industry, you look at what's happening in the supplement space, and that is something I was going to talk about today, and I'll get to that here in a minute, is kind of the not the state of the network marketing industry, but the state of the supplement industry, and how much these companies raise in investor capital and spend to try to convince customers and people to buy low quality stuff. It's really crazy. So we'll get into that in a second, but let's go out to our awesome director of product education, Lisa Goodkin. What's up?
Hello, everybody. I love what you said, what ChatGPT actually said was about with network marketing, for success, you have to sell a product that people would buy anyways. And that's the most honest, most real thing that can be said. Everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, most people are taking at least one supplement. The statistics on that are extremely high, and people want quality, right? So, but also people don't want to spend a fortune. We're making that happen. We're already doing that. So with or without network marketing, these are products that you would buy. The network marketing is just a great, wonderful way to it acts like a spider web and gets all this information out there. So it can help you guys, it can help your loved ones, it can help you earn an income if that's what you have going for you here. But regardless, I want you to think about, instead of going out there and like selling Livegood or selling a product, sell health. That's what we talk about. That's what we educate on. And with that, supplementation plays a major role in that, right? We know we're not getting what we used to be getting from our food, right? From the micronutrient standpoint, from the greens, from the reds. I mean, especially now, gosh, I'm not eating any greens or berries. So thank goodness for super reds and super greens. And also we're not getting enough protein and, our amino acids and our electrolytes. I mean, we know this stuff and it's here for you. It's there and it's easy. So sell health. And with that come the purchase of our products. And I always say, the business will sell the products and the products will sell the business. It works back and forth, whichever one you kind of start with as your goal. But regardless, I do feel like we really all do share one goal, and it's to live a long, healthy, and happy life. Right? That might not be on the forefront of your head. You might be like, my major goal is to make money. But if you're not living a long and happy and healthy life, what is the point of having the money? Right? So we really do, under all the dust, we do have the same common goal. So with that, again, it is Livegood, and it makes it very easy. And I just have an email that I wanted to read, just a portion of it from an affiliate. She was really saying, thank you so much for all the education, and things have finally, like the dots have finally started to connect. And she truly appreciates the science behind the education that we're consistently sharing. We've been doing it all along. And she says she especially wants to thank us for educating everybody about Livegood's women's hormonal balance. She's been taking it for almost 3 years and it has made a remarkable difference in her life. She says, my cramps, dysmenorrhea, and many of the symptoms I used to experience have significantly improved. I'm now 43 years old and believe I'm entering perimenopause. Looking back, I am so grateful that I found this natural wellness option and opportunity early. So again, it's, be a product of the product, first of all. So like, if she was just speaking this to others, this is going to sell. This is like so many of us women that deal with this, especially around that 40 years of age where things start to change. And if you're not educated on it and to be able to educate others and talk about your experience, it's not going to work. So be a product of the product. Try things. Give your body time to adapt. Don't just say, I tried your Ultimate Wellness Pack for 1 month and that was it. Well, your body takes time. You have to appreciate that. And each body's different. Well, one person might actually notice changes within a month. Another person might take 6 months. But regardless, these are supplements that fuel us, supplements that our bodies need, and supplements that are in the end going to give us a long, happy, and healthy life. So again, we all share that goal, and with Livegood, we can make it happen. Back to you, Ben.
Awesome. Hold on. Love it. I wrote that down. Sure, I'll say it again today. Long, healthy, happy life. That's what we all want, and supplements are a big part of that. Awesome stuff, Lisa. Dr. Ryan. So real quick, because Nader mentioned that we met in the gym and all that stuff. So we've never really talked about this story, but so as I bring on Ryan, so I was going to this gym. They used to call it Hard Exercise Works. It's like a brand of like CrossFit. And I was going, 3-4 times a week. Dr. Ryan comes in one day and they kind of assigned me to be his helper, I guess, to show him where to run, to show him what to do and all that stuff. And, he was cool. We got along, started mountain biking and stuff, started hanging out. And, so that's how our friendship blossomed. So
Awesome.
Dr. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning, buddy. Dude, honestly, I got to tell you this. If we're a little bit down memory lane real quick, man, Ben, you're so funny. Like considering the amount of success you've had in business and everything going on, I love the fact that when we met, I was out the door one day. I don't know what it was. I mean, I look over and you jumped in this BMW. It was a station wagon BMW. And I don't know what year. What year was the BMW, Ben?
That was an 09.
Yeah, 09. And did you buy that? Did you buy that new, Ben? Was that your car from the beginning, or did you get that?
No, I bought it. I think it had like 31,000 miles when I bought it. When you saw it, it probably had 120.
Yeah, and unbelievable, but manual transmission. And from that moment, like, yes, this guy's awesome. This thing is awesome.
Love it.
Dude, that was so funny. Oh man. I don't go to Hugh anymore, but I go to a very similar gym right around the corner. So unfortunately, we don't get to do the beach body carry workouts anymore. Ben, do you remember when you, me, and Lisa were teamed up on the beach workout for you?
That was awesome.
We were carrying each other through the waves and doing beach workouts. It was hilarious.
Yep.
It was awesome. Real quick though, one thing you said, Ben, about architects and engineers, this is funny. I added this little bit room onto my home office. It's 12 by 12 for like an office off the master under the existing roof. Man, we had architect, engineering, to go to town planning, to get the permit, had all these multiple inspections. We were having structural inspections, multiple electrical, plumbing, even though there was no plumbing, the mechanical for air conditioning, even though it was only one little supply vent. It was the strangest thing, multiple inspections, more than one electrical. And the electrical guy comes back later and says, well, wait a minute, why didn't you do these breakers, like certain breaker? I'm like, I don't know. You already inspected it in the beginning. You're doing final, asking why it wasn't done, but you had already signed off on the previous inspection. It was so weird. And this is just an example of sort of how inefficient. I understand why they do it. It's like home safety, right? They want to make sure you're not going to burn the house down or whatever, or, things, make sure you can get out of the house and these different things. And they do it for the right reasons. But man, you want to talk about like inefficiency. And a lot of pushing things around and paperwork and not really being held accountable. It's super weird. I do hope that AI streamlines a lot of that because there's a lot of costs associated with that and deadlines and timelines that get extended. And I'm using this as an example for what we're dealing with right now with organic certification on the overnight oats. We are one of, I think, the only brand that's going to have an overnight oats that's USDA certified organic. It sort of dances on the line of supplement and food. And so the organic certifier had got us all the way to the end, waiting for final approval. They come back and go, well, where's your PD-CAS score? I'm like, what is that? And my manufacturer, we know what it is as far as proteins are concerned, but what do you mean? Why would we need it for this? So they're requiring this PD-CAS score, which is protein digestibility corrected amino acid score. And it's something we've talked about a lot in the past. This is why I love the way we do our protein talks and what we talk about with protein. So the PD-CAS score, like let's think about whey protein as like a perfect score of 1. And it's sort of the gold standard that we've said in the past. Like whey protein is the best from a digestibility. It's the next plant is kind of soy. And then you can get down to some of the other plant proteins. And it's based on the digestibility and the availability of the amino acids to make a protein. All right. So follow me here for a second. But because we're doing organic and because we're claiming it's a high protein food, they're requiring this PD-CAS. And so, okay, great. It's going to be awesome. It's more data. But where were you guys literally from the beginning of the checklist where this thing was not on there to now? And it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. We're ready. We've got everything blended, package ready. Everything's ready to rock. We need the certification because we can't launch without it. And so that's the only thing holding us up. Supposedly it's a day, 2 days, 3 days, not a big deal. We've been working on it now for over a week to get the PD-CAS done. I'm still expecting the overnight oats to launch very soon, but I will promise you this. As much as I disagree with having to like with inefficiency of a system like this, I'm telling you right now, when that product launches, it is by far and away going to be the best so meal replacement, but overnight oats product on the market by far. So I'm really excited about it, but I'm frustrated at the same time. So timeline wise on the oats, I wanted it this week. Should have been. It was ready to ship, ready to be packaged and shipped last week. I wanted it this week. We're hoping next week. So somewhere in the very near future, guys, we're going to have the overnight oats available to you. So be on the lookout for that. Two different flavors coming. We're going to do a huge launch around it because it's going to definitely change the way we approach the food category. So good news, bad news kind of thing, right? Or good news, flat news. What do you think, Ben?
No, that's exciting, dude. You know how excited I am about this product.
I know
So,
you are. I know.
um,
I know. Me
yeah,
too.
it's. I didn't know that it was that there are not overnight oats that are USDA certified organic. That would be freaking awesome if we were the only ones. Either way, highest quality, lowest price is always going to be true with everything that we roll out. So this is going to be another big one. I'm really excited about it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely been a long wait, man. I've been ready for this for months.
Yeah, and then what sucks is we do a lot of talking. Like Lisa and I get tempted to talk about all the merit and the benefit, and I'm like, I don't want to do all that because we don't even have it, right? So we're there though. We're really close. All right, and then right behind that, Ben, the designs and stuff, I got to send to you for final approval because we made a couple small real tweaks to the coffee creamer, and then we'll be ready to blend that and get that going. We probably have, like realistically, I was just looking at it before I had my chance to speak. I'm thinking we have six, but definitely five products this calendar year still to launch. So we've got the overnight oats, we have the coffee creamer, one, two. Then we have the household all-purpose general cleaner. We've got the hydrogen tabs. I've talked a lot about the hydrogen tabs. Four, and then five will be these this focus energy enhancing sort of like sublingual pouches that we're working on. I'm just nailing down the final flavor profile on that before I really pay for it and get it into production. So kicking butt, guys. But thank you for your patience with me on the overnight oats. I have a feeling it's going to be a massive hit. And it's always a plus when Ben rallies behind it too, because he'll be straight with you about the products that he uses, the things he aligns with, the things that really fit into his life. And like same with me, I'll be pretty straight with you that I've adopted a skincare routine that probably mimics a 13-year-old girl. It's gotten a little weird, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm not gonna lie. And then lastly, before I send it back to you, Ben, Lisa, you guys know we're out traveling, so to speak. We're just waiting for our girls while they're in camp in the Carolinas. It's funny. I just looked over and the news was on. I just said it says people have turned away from eating salads because of this parasite outbreak. So that means people aren't eating their lettuces, they're not eating spinaches. And guess what you can do in the meantime and be 100% certain that you're not going to have a parasite or some type of salmonella. Right, Ben was in the other product that test. So you're not going to have any of that negative stuff because this is USDA certified organic and it's tested and it is absolutely the best and most purest form of those important greens, which will have spinach in here, believe it or not. You actually have some red raspberry in here as well. So guys, you get all your micronutrients. If you're not eating your greens or you're a little bit nervous, make sure you're supplementing. Even if you are eating the greens, like Lisa and I focus on such a well-balanced nutritional plan, we still use super greens, super reds, amino acids, proteins, all the different things. So, all right, Ben, I'm going to send it back to you for now.
Awesome. Love it. So I'm glad you brought that up with the greens and replacing veggies and stuff. So that's my question, because, a lot of times when I post my videos and others talking about, I try to make new ones every single day for you guys. But, sometimes I'll have ChatGPT help me write the post that goes with the video. And one day it wrote me one. It's like, nothing will replace salad, but super greens are a great way to supplement or something. I'm like, well, can it replace salad? So that's my question. Is this a replace? Like, if you're not eating any vegetables, say any green vegetables, does this give you what you need? More, less? Not like, do you still need veggie? What do you think?
I don't even want to. I know you're going to get mad at me because I can't give you a yes or no. But here's the thing, man. Seriously, you got to chew food. You have to chew. There's a lot that happens when you chew food. Like it releases enzymes, it breaks down food. It triggers different things in your body to make things. So chewing food is really important. Now, if you went a day without eating vegetables and you use your super greens, absolutely, it's a safety net, 100%. I would never want to replace a chewing food process. I think that's a healthy relationship with food. That's the part of it that we need to be doing. Like our GIs, our stomachs are actually a hybrid between, like they call us omnivores. We're between like an herbivore and a carnivore. Like we do a good job of breaking down green leafy vegetables and such. So I'd say it never replaces Ben. It just supplements really well.
Yeah, I didn't like that answer.
Uh,
I wanted a yes or no.
can't do it.
All right. So, what if you just don't like eating green vegetables? Would you get enough nutrients if you didn't ever eat any green vegetables, but you took super greens every day?
Yes. Yes, but here's the
Okay.
thing. You got to eat something, right? So what if you're eating meat? Does meat have the phytonutrients and the plant compounds in it? It actually does. The grazing cattle gets the phytonutrients from the plants and it's in the meat. So if you're big on that, you're still getting nutrients. But yes, Ben, to answer your question, super greens would do that. Yes.
Awesome. All right. There we go. Thank you. Good stuff. And one other thing I want to point out, which I think is really cool, because we have a lot of different forms of products. I mean, we've obviously got a lot of powders. We've got a lot of capsules. We've got a couple dissolving strips that you know about, our methylene blue, as well as our NAD plus, which is
There you
really
go.
cool, by the way. There's
are.
not a lot of companies that have any dissolving strips. So
No.
the fact that we have two is pretty cool. We've got gummies, our CBD gummies, our children's multivitamin gummies, our CBN sleep gummies. What else? We've got creams,
Tincture.
we've got lotions, we've got powders, we've got serums. And now we're talking about, of our next 6 products, 3 new forms, if you will. Our overnight oats is basically food. It's a dry food. I guess it's kind of like a powder, but a little bit different. But the hydration tab, or not hydration tabs, hydrogen tabs are really cool. That's a new form of a product that we get to take. Or the pouches, what are we calling them, Dr.
I
Ryan?
don't know yet. Pouches.
the energy pouches, brain pouches that go in your mouth. Yeah, just another new form of product. So that's really cool. A lot of different stuff that just shows, I guess, kind of our versatility, and that we can make anything that we want to make. Oh, we got creams with our CBD pain relief cream.
Yep.
Yeah, and also our hydrating moisturizer, I guess, is a cream. Our whipped tallow balm is kind of like a cream. Yeah, so we got lots of stuff. Yeah, really cool. But yeah, awesome. Super excited about all this stuff coming. I was just gonna say one more thing. But all right, let's move into rank advancements. Another exciting week. Here we go. All right.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh, baby.
It's cool, Nader. I mean, middle of summer, numbers continue to fly in. Well, you don't hear about rank advancements really. Like, we talk about this. It used to be like every month a company would post, they even show pictures and they'd have a little graphic of the people that achieve rank. I haven't seen one of those in probably years.
Oh, no. Are you kidding me? No. It's like dead out there. We killed it. We opened people's eyes. People are realizing that a lot of the network marketing leaders are now consultants and trainers now, because nobody's going to follow them from company to company. They're still looking at their Facebook posts from 6 months ago. It was another company. I mean, come on. No, it's happening, bro. It's inevitable. You said it. It's inevitable. We're rocking it.
I agree. Hold on, sending my programmer a code. Here we go. Okay. That's why I say, and again, this isn't just a doom and gloom on the network marketing industry, but when I say it's dead, guys, it ain't coming back. Anyway, so the fact that we continue to see all of these rank advancements every single week in the slowest time of year before we hit the real momentum. I mean, 2 million members is awesome. Oh, yeah. With everything that we're about to do, guys, with the fundraising, with the gym program, with the advertising that we're about to crank up on a big scale with the co-op and all that. We got new landing pages, new website. Like, what we've done so far is peanuts, like, for real. And I shouldn't even say peanut. 2 million people is amazing. Huge accomplishment. Never been done or seen before in such short amount of time in the history of the network marketing industry, making us one of the biggest network marketing companies ever, and definitely currently the fastest growing supplement brand in the world, fastest growing network marketing company in the world right now, and continuing to grow before we even hit that big momentum. So that first wave of momentum, thanks to all of you guys, all of our amazing affiliates, sorry, my programmer's trying to do something for you guys. I need to send them this GoDaddy code. So it's for the fundraising stuff.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Okay.
Just more tools, just more ways of blessing people.
Yeah, you mentioned tool. I mean, this is the thing with Livegood. You don't need tools. It's like you want to save money, you want to get healthy, like here you go. That's all it takes. And just another reason that we have the duplication that we have, which is the reason we have so many people advancing in rank, not just 1%, but 30% of our affiliates advance in rank every week. So, total. Here we go. 571 bronzes. 571 people duplicated this week, got into profit, enrolled 2 people. Many of these people joined just yesterday, already achieved that first rank of bronze. Congratulations, way to crush it. The most exciting thing about that number, there's 2 exciting things about that number. Number 1, the fact that 30% of our affiliates are able to do it. Yes. When less than 3% of other people in other companies ever achieve that first level of rank. That's a huge, it's the word I'm looking for. Just
accomplishment.
I kind of said validation already today, but validation that what we're doing is working is easier. But the second thing, or the most important thing, is most people in the network marketing industry, and this kind of goes along the same lines, never enroll a single person, never sell a single product. And when we got 30% doing it every week, guys, that really, again, just validates the fact that this is easy, this is doable, this is duplicatable. When it works, it works. When it's right, it works. And that's what we're seeing here with Livegood. So congratulations, 571 bronzes. We had 49 silvers this week. 7 people a day on average built a team of at least 20 members in an organization. 7 people a day. There's a lot of companies out there. I would argue that most companies out there in the network marketing industry right now aren't even putting in 20 people a week. We got 20 people reaching silver just this week. 20 people a day. What am I talking about? 7 people a day, building a team of 20 people every single day. Hopefully that made sense.
Yes, it did.
Trying to put in perspective, totally messed that up. But congratulations to 49 silvers who advanced in rank this week. 6 more golds, almost 1 a day. People built a team of 100 members in a network marketing organization. Not an easy thing to do. We see this every single week. Congratulations to our 6 new golds and yet another platinum. Someone of 500 members in their organization. Platinums are earning on the low end about $1,000 a month residual, on the high end $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month as they move toward diamond or have more of a mature organization. I mean, we've got golds making $5,000 a month. We've got silvers making a few $1,000s a month.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily about the rank. Obviously, the higher the rank, the deeper matching bonuses you get, which is a huge part of the compensation plan, especially if you've if you've enrolled some people and you see that duplication and, so we've got people. This is the most exciting thing about our whole compensation plan and just about our whole, the business side of it, Nodder. We have unranked people, which means they don't even have 2 enrolled people to achieve bronze. Maybe at one point they did. Maybe one of them fell off, whatever. We have bronzes. People have enrolled 2 or 3 people. We have silvers. But unranked people who enrolled someone, that person enrolled someone, that person enrolled 5 people. That literally, and this is not an exaggeration at all, that literally have teams 60 enroller tree generations deep in their organization. We have unranked people making thousands of dollars a month because of that duplication. I don't want to say that's how it should be. Maybe it should be. I don't know. But I think either way, it's awesome. And it's because of the duplication that happens. That doesn't happen in any other company out there because there's not duplication. It ends, you got one person enrolling everybody, and maybe out of every, not maybe, out of every 100 people they enroll, 3 are going to enroll anyone, 1 are going to make money. That's just how the network marketing industry works, and just another reason that it's going away. It's weird. I don't know if I sound mean or negative when I say that. I like Nodder said, I say what I feel. And I don't sugarcoat stuff. I guess I'm trying to not make it sound as doom and gloom, but the network marketing industry is dead, guys, and it's not coming back. Take that however you want to take it. I won't say it anymore today. So actually, I might, because what I want to talk about now is that's more of the supplement space. The network marketing industry, we're done talking about.
Yes.
Covered that enough. It wasn't even on the list to talk about today, but you guys got some extra education if you will. And I think it's important, quite honestly. I think it's important to know the health, as Lisa, we want to live a long, healthy, happy life. You want to know the health of the industry, the business, the job, whatever that you're in. And you want to know that it's there. It's going to continue. I mean, if you thought your job was going away, you'd probably start looking for another job, right? I mean, the proof is in the pudding. The writing's on the wall.
So good.
That's all I'm going to say. I mean, if you can find me justification of the what's the word? I beg to differ. On the contrary, if you can find me, something that shows that it's not dead, it's not dying, I'm happy to listen and look at it. But everything I see out there, the proof's in the pudding. You can't ignore the economy. You can't ignore consumers' buying habits. You can't ignore what is happening in the world, as much as you want to put a positive spin on it. And I'm not a negative guy. Like, I'm probably one of the most positive people you'll meet out there. I don't think you could be successful without being positive, but anyway, when you see stuff, you can either accept it as fact or try to deny that it's happening. I guess that's up to you. So, all right, here we go.
So
let's talk about some other stuff, because I wanted to talk about the supplement space because I'm really excited. Yesterday on our opportunity call, we're going to go a little bit over the hour today. So if you need to hop off, it'll be recorded. But if you want to stay with me for another 5 or 10 minutes, let's rock, because I got some good stuff to talk about. All right, here we go. Let me see. Nobody's jumping off. I love it. Thank you, guys.
Nobody's going anywhere.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I still got a packed call. So, yesterday on our call, it kind of came out that the company that you decide to align yourself with is really just as important as the products. And having a well-run company, and I said this on the call yesterday, and I stand by it very strongly. I believe we are the best run supplement company and network marketing company in both of those spaces, probably in the history of both of those spaces. And for a lot of different reasons. Mainly, we just know how to manage overhead. And I think that is the biggest area that company owners in any business, any industry don't get and mess up on. They spend way too much money on a corporate office that they don't need, way too much money on corporate officers that they don't need, just so they can say they have a CMO and a CFO and a CEO and a COO and all this stuff. And all of them are doing nothing and just talking to each other and having meetings and all this garbage that doesn't lead to building the business and just drains the company instead of grows the company. And all of those expenses lead towards taking away from the stuff that actually matters, the quality of the products, the quality of the customer support, the price of the products. All of that stuff plays a role. And so when you know how to manage overhead, number one, I think this is something that, quite honestly, I went to college for business. I didn't learn anything. I learned it all by doing. I think that's the case. It's funny, just totally another tangent, but my buddy's son, he's kind of like my nephew. He's been texting me because he's at this entrepreneur summit at Clemson University right now. And he keeps texting me. He's like, what should I ask this professor to stump him? I'm like, all right, ask him this. What's a good profit margin? Just because it's totally like bland and there's not like a right or wrong answer. I just wanted to see what he'd say. So he asked the guy. He's like, well, it depends on the company or the product. So I'm like, all right, follow up. Say, what would you like your profit margin to be? And so he asked the guy, he's like, that's private. So this is the kind of people that are teaching business, people that clearly don't know business. But anyway, point is, you don't learn this in business school. You don't learn how to manage overhead in business school. You look at your profit margins, yes. You know what your expenses are, yes. But if you can lower those expenses, and I believe, here's a life lesson for you guys. I hope you're paying attention and taking notes. The more you can cut out of the spending in your life, there's a reason, as Ryan said, I was driving a 2009 station wagon with over 100,000 miles on it. I'm not trying to impress anyone. It gets me to the gym. It gets me to my kid's school to pick them up. Like, I don't need a Ferrari. I don't need that's just when you don't have things paid off. Like, I don't have a car payment. I've never had a car payment. here's another thing. Like, I don't believe in loans at all. I don't believe in debt at all. I filed bankruptcy in 2000 when I was 24 and couldn't use a
Mhm.
credit card anymore. It's the best lesson I ever learned, because from that point forward, I've only bought stuff if I had the money, only bought cash. I've never borrowed money to buy anything ever since I was 24. And I think that's a great lesson for everybody. But point is this: when you lower your expenses, it makes it that much easier. And I call it your monthly nut. How much you need each month to live. What's the bottom line that you can that you need to make to pay your bills? If you have a car payment, to pay your car payment. Another reason to get rid of a car payment, to pay your cell phone bill, which we all need, whether it's 15 bucks a month or 100 bucks a month. If you can cut it, cut it. Whatever your utilities are, your rent, your mortgage, that's your monthly nut. And the lower you could get that without having to change the income that's coming in, the more money you're going to be able to keep. And that's what's called your quality of life. Same thing in business. The more that you can manage your overhead and minimize the expenses that you have, the better, the more you have to serve your customers and to offer them more value than the otherwise. And that's the opposite of how most companies operate. I don't think most companies focus on the overhead. And I've got a good friend. I've talked about my investments in my friend's restaurants. This guy, I mean, he watches every penny. He knows how much avocados cost today compared to yesterday, and how much, if he could save 3 cents on an avocado, because guacamole, he's got a line of Mexican restaurants, upscale, trendy Mexican. The first thing they sell is a $13 bowl of guacamole.
Mm-hmm.
And if he could lower the cost of avocados just a few cents, it seriously impacts his bottom line. Like, you manage expenses and you're on top of it, guys, you're going to be so much more successful in business and in life. But most companies in both the network marketing industry and the supplement space don't do that. And that's why you see companies, and I did a lot of research this morning, just going back and forth with ChatGPT, because you see companies like AG1. I've got a bunch of examples here. So, AG1, they borrowed, however you want to say it. They had investors put in $115 million, and it still took them, hold on, I have the exact, 14 years to be profitable. Starting with $115 million, because they're paying out, talk about managing overhead. They're paying huge celebrities like Hugh Jackman, Richard Hamilton, the race car driver, Joe Rogan, one of the most expensive, I mean, it's like $100,000 just to have Joe Rogan mention your name on his podcast. And they were doing it every single week. So, like, it's crazy the amount of money. And they just got to be profitable 2 years ago after having been in business. I mean, doing $600 million a year sounds like, oh, great, we're doing $600 million a year. Yeah, but you're still losing money. IM8, I don't know if you've heard of them. David Beckham. They paid David Beckham, huge star, to be part, and apparently he's an investor in it too, whatever. They raised $40 million and lost $13 million last year, despite doing $150 million in sales. So, like, it's very interesting how a lot of these companies are run. And I think that it's very important to know that the company that you're aligned with, I mean, we saw what happened to Modere. They had investors invest in their company. And what was happening was, because they had those investors, I mean, not necessarily because, it's just bad decisions on the management part, on the ownership part. And that's what it all comes down to. It doesn't matter where the money comes from. It's really how it's spent and how it's managed that determines the success or failure of a company in any industry out there. But Modere took in a ton of money, a ton of investor money. I don't know the exact number, but they were spending it. I don't know if you've ever seen the Modere corporate office. It was beautiful. I mean, to buy that corporate office, probably $20 million. I don't know if they were renting it for $250,000 a month or bought it or whatever. And they had so many corporate officers. They're trying to impress everyone with this facade of success when they're losing money. And by losing money, I mean, the reason they went out of business is because the investors were funding the company to run. The company has been spending more money than they've been making every month since they launched like 20 years ago. That's why they went out of business. It's not because they had investors. It's not because of any other reason. Just the investors decided, hey, we're done losing money. Clearly, we've been putting money into this thing for 20 years. It hasn't paid us anything. We're still bleeding. We're killing it. We're turning off the bleeding. We're not going to lose money anymore. And instead, check this out. This is where it gets important. Instead of the ownership deciding, okay, what can we do to cut costs and make this work without overspending? Because at that point, Modere was still doing what, 5, 6, 7, 8 million a month, not or 10 maybe? They were doing some serious volume. You're doing $5 to $8 million a month, and you can't figure out a way to make that profitable. That is just total corporate greed and bad decision making. Because every one of those corporate officers were making over $1 million a year in salary, not in commissions, not in profits, not in piece of the company, in salary. They were just taking money out of the company to pay themselves, even though the company was bleeding and the investors were losing money. Like I've mentioned this before, and I mentioned it yesterday. I don't believe in any company, in any industry, in any business, an owner of a company should ever be on salary, should ever earn a penny out of the company if it's losing money, should ever earn a penny out of a company even if it's making a little bit of, like, unless there's significant money left over at the end of the month, after you've paid all your bills, after you've paid all your employees, all your affiliates, all your utilities, all your rent, all of that stuff, and then there's money left over, yes, then and only then should the owners of the company be able to make any money. We talk about this a lot. None of the four of us on this call, me, Nodder, Ryan, and Lisa, we're not on salary. We don't get paid a penny out of this company unless there's money left over, unless we're profitable. And yeah, with 2 million users, obviously we're making money, and that's how it should be. And because of that, because we're not on salary, because we don't have a huge corporate office, because, and we do things that no other company does. And I don't talk about this a lot. I probably shouldn't even say it, but we have a lot of money in the bank because we don't pay ourselves everything we could take out. And that money in the bank, and it's part of it is because we have a lot of people who pay yearly, and we have to keep, and Nodder will tell you, I mean, we see it so many times. Companies use those yearly payments to buy new product and all this stuff that there's never any money in the bank. We keep all those yearly payments to make sure that we have that money when it's time to pay out, but we keep a lot more in there. And the cool thing is there's a thing called interest. Like that interest that we're earning off the money in our bank pays a lot of our bills every month that no other company realizes and no other company does because they don't know how to run a successful company. So the point is of all of this, and it's not that I'm not trying to brag about how awesome we are, but at the same time, it is important to know, especially not necessarily so much in the supplement space, although it is important. If you want to continue taking a supplement, you want to know that the company is going to continue to be there. But definitely in the network marketing industry, you want to be confident the company is going to be around. And when they're not doing the basic, I shouldn't even say basic, but I believe they are basic, the things that you should be doing, which is managing that overhead and not overspending and being smart, not compromising quality, not compromising customer support, not compromising price or any of that kind of stuff, to be able to provide your users, your customers, your members, your affiliates, the highest quality products, the most value at the best price and the best opportunity. Like, that's what you should be doing. But most companies don't do that. And I just want you guys to know that we do. We take a lot of pride, quite honestly, in doing it right. And that's, you know, when Nodder says I do things right, I don't do things right for any other reason other than, and I quoted this before, but in the great words of Ted Lasso, doing the right thing is never the wrong thing. And so even if it might not be a popular thing, like leaving a network marketing industry that quite honestly has given me a lot of opportunity in my life to do things that most people don't get to do, it still didn't feel right. And morally, ethically, I couldn't do it anymore. And that's why I left. And I am proud of that decision, even though, again, as Nodder said, it wasn't a popular thing. And people are like, dude, this guy's killing it. Why is he just walking away? And I've always believed in doing the right thing. I'm a big believer in karma. Nader calls it something else, whatever. I believe what you put out there comes back to you tenfold. You do treat people right, treat people with kindness and respect and honesty and care. And and it goes in business too. Like, be honest with people. I see so many, Nader, I mean, we've seen some freaking, you want to call them charlatans. I call them douchebags, scumbags, just bad people that just, I mean, it's like their whole business model is how can we scam people? How can we trick people into giving us money? I mean, am I making this up?
No, you're dead on. Look at my eyes. Don't start. Yeah, but you keep talking, dude. You're dead on. You're dead on.
Like, it's freaking crazy. And like, that's their business model, is to figure out how they can screw people. Yes. And that's, I think, that's the reason that Nader and I have been around so long and been the guys that are still here, that people still trust and believe in, because we haven't screwed anyone over. We've always been honest, whether it's good or bad. I will tell you guys the truth, and you guys hopefully know that. And that's just, and I believe that's the way to do business. So I just want you guys, that was on my list today because I was doing a lot of research. Here's some other company, and it was funny because ChatGPT did mention Modera. I asked it for all the company. Oh, this is a great quote. I do want to read this one quote that ChatGPT said, because I asked it for, some of the biggest companies in the supplement space, how much investment money they've gotten and all this stuff, how they've become successful, if they're profitable, if they're not profitable. And then I also asked it how many companies have failed. And it says this. Actually, it lists a bunch of companies that have failed, like one called Care of, one called Ritual, that apparently, Bionic was the one that had Cristiano Ronaldo, the soccer player. A couple others have spent a lot of, like, over $40 million and failed, gone out of business. But it says, I think, I asked the question, how many supplement companies have done big capital raises and failed? That was my question. And ChatGPT says, I think the answer is more than most people realize. The supplement industry has a very high failure rate overall. But if you narrow it to brands that raised meaningful institutional capital, say over 20 million, I'd estimate there have been dozens over the past 15 years that have failed. Most never became household names. But this is the line I like the most. The graveyard is much bigger than the winners. And that's a cool quote, I thought, from ChatGPT. I'm like, dude, respect. But yeah, but it's true. Like, more companies fail than succeed, especially in the network marketing industry and especially in the supplement space. But really any industry. I mean, 98% of companies overall in any industry fail within their first 2 years. So the fact that we're, in our fourth year now, very healthy, Lisa says, got a long, healthy, happy life going with Livegood right now. Just doing things right. And I want you guys to know that we're here to stay. We will always do it the right way. We'll always be honest, transparent, never compromise anything, quality, commissions, price, ingredients, whatever. Just to, I don't know, make money, save money, whatever. We, do it right, good things happen. Do it wrong, and I really believe this, bad things happen. I don't know if I've shared this with anyone, Nader, but so I believe that, like, we talk about, filling buckets. When you're a kid, you want to fill people's buckets. Be kind to them. Don't empty their buckets by saying unkind things to them. But I feel like there's a karma bucket that everyone has. And as you do good things, that karma bucket fills. As if you do bad things, it empties. And I even believe that sometimes, and this is weird, this is just me, I don't know why I'm even sharing this or what, it doesn't mean anything, but I believe that sometimes, like, if you have a full karma bucket, it almost, probably shouldn't say this because I don't want to, like, jinx anything, but like you're driving in your car and you just barely miss, colliding with a truck or a pole or whatever. And it's like, I believe, you just cashed in some karma points because, that happened. The world, the universe kind of saved you because you've been doing so many good things. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's what I believe. Just another reason that I really, I want to build my karma bucket and I don't know, just help people. But so that's what we're doing, guys. Doing it the best we can, as right as we can, loving on people, honestly, genuinely giving people the highest quality supplements, not to make money on them, but to help them get healthy, stay healthy, do it in an affordable way, because the world is as unhealthy as it's ever been. Everybody needs supplements, and that's what we make these products for, is to change the world, to fix the world, to help people get healthy, stay healthy, do it in an affordable way, and with the opportunity to generate some additional income in their spare time from home. So I talked about what I wanted to talk about and a bunch of other crazy stuff today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some value, some, just some, and the other thing, cool, I'll turn it over to you here in a second, Nodder or Ryan, if anyone wants to add anything. But, these calls are fun because it really is an opportunity, I think, for you guys, the field, to meet us, to learn about us a little bit more. And I think that's cool because I want you guys to know that we're real people, and we're here for the right reason. So that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Be sure to join Dr. Ryan Elise on Monday. Nodder, I'll let you close it out if you got anything to close it out with.
Really, bro? Are you serious?
2 minutes, max.
Okay, I know, dude, bro, you're a good steward of money. You're truly a good steward of money. I've known you for 26 years now. And yes, I remember that black BMW. You could have bought a Lamborghini, Ferrari, drive around. No, kept it humble. And ladies and gentlemen, that didn't happen overnight. Not everybody can do this. I mean, we're truly a synergetic group that's 2 point whatever million people, and that's the tip of the spear right there. He did not have to come back to work at all. I know this guy. He did not have to come back to work, but the passion that he has to help people, genuine passion, the way universe, I believe in God, that brought them together. I had the honor of meeting him 26 years ago. He's so on. There were company owners, Ben, we talked about this before, that he was driving a Ferrari while we weren't paying the server fees. Remember when the servers got shut down?
He wasn't just not paying the server. He wasn't paying us commissions. He was bouncing checks.
That too.
Yeah.
Yes, but he was driving a Ferrari.
Well, just as important, I guess.
Yes, but see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say something that we're probably going to have to cut this off later, Ben. Our main concern when we were launching this, our first diamond, our first crown, my main priority, I just shouldn't have even brought it up because I know Ben. I'm getting emotional. We didn't take any money. He made sure payroll went out on time, every time, sometimes early. This just doesn't happen, ladies and gentlemen. This is not an accident. Okay, this is not an accident. This is exactly what is supposed to happen. A guy like Ben Galinsky, who's done financially, passionately, man full of love, that wants to come and help people, being at the tip of the spear, knowing when we talk about in other companies, people come in and sign up a whole bunch of people and nobody recruits after them. It's the truth. I got names, Sean Casey, Rachel. They would come in, they fall in love, they would sign up 1,000 people, but nobody could duplicate them and the deal would die out. We have duplication. Why? Because people are proud, because people know we have a CEO that's not out there buying a new house, a new Ferrari, a new jet every other Wednesday at a cost of making products with garbage and overselling it to people. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a phenomenon. I really, really wish you could understand what's in here in my heart. He didn't have to come back and do this, but here's the thing. No one else could have pulled this off. In the early days, I'm going to say one thing, Ben. In the early days, we got on the phone, other network marketing leaders who were like huge, built massive organizations. You know what I'm talking about. They would have meetings with, because they're in Florida, I'm in California. We'd be on the phone. I would listen to their stories and all their hype. And here's what I said. And I hope I don't offend anyone. This is 4 years ago. I said, listen, all we need to take Livegood to 100 million people in 5 years. I have him above me. I have Ben Galinsky, and I have Lisa and Ryan with the products that they made for their family. And now because of Ben Galinsky, his amazing talents of running efficient companies, meeting them just miraculously at a gym, bringing me in, humbling me. Our team is unbelievable, but our team wouldn't be where it's at if we didn't have amazing people out there sharing the opportunity. So yes, In the early stages, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of networkers who were sick and tired of ripping off people and making up stories and selling people a dream that 1 out of 1,000 people might hit, they came in, they saw what we're doing, they brought a lot of people in, and we're so thankful for them. A lot of them realized that, hey, I need to go back to doing the charlatan way of doing it, but guess what? They're still buying products from us. Their team is still ordering products, and if they took their team to another opportunity, good for them. Livegood is the future of commerce. I would not be able to do this without this man, without Lisa and Ryan and 2 million people. And this is truly tip of the iceberg. When he talks about average people placing a product, 7 or 8, not 8 orders, 8 items within a product, I want the diamonds and the crown diamonds and the platinums that are on the way to diamond. Do the math in your head. As we grow, just like he said, Prophet Ben, here I said it, just like he said, as we grow, we inevitably going to have less promoters, but more members that no network marketing company has ever experienced. That's Livegood. There will be a day that we might have only a few hundred bronzes every week, but guess what? We'll have members coming in, referring members, not to get a pink Cadillac, not to get a Rolex watch, not to go to Tahiti at a cost of their friends overpaying. It's to truly love and bless their friends. And one thing I don't agree with my friend Ben, yes, network marketing, the old way is broken, but the book that I love to read and I talk about a lot, there's a story of a potter that loved the pot so much I sometimes had to break it and rebuild it. That's what I think we're doing. Ben is the potter. He's built some of the biggest organizations as a distributor. He's been behind the scene running software for some of the biggest companies, came back to the world of network marketing because of love, and to be honest with you, because he's a smart businessman. It's inevitable. You know, you got subscription economy, you got people doing side hustles, you got supplementation world. All of this is lining up, and then you bring a guy like this, Lisa and Ryan, together and humbling me to serve you all. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So Ben, I want to personally thank you, my brother. I want to thank you for paying $140 million plus commission to mostly everyday people who couldn't wait to go share your vision, Lisa and Ryan's products, and my passion with the rest. Thank you, brother, and I love you as a brother. Thank you.
Oh, right back at you, bro. And I want to share one more quick thing real quick. I know we lost a few people there, but we still got a lot. So as I was having my conversation this morning with ChatGPT about the success and failure of all these network marketing companies and investments and capital and all that stuff, I asked it the question, and it knows me, which is kind of weird, but I said, how much did Livegood raise when it launched? And it said there's no, said basically, hold on, I'll tell you exactly what it said. But it said, yeah, there's no public record of Livegood raising venture capital, angel investment, private equity, institutional funding. Instead, the company appears to have been funded through a combination of founder capital, operating cash flow, and membership revenue. Pretty accurate. Pretty impressive that the ChatGPT recognized that. And then it asked me, it goes on, and it says, I could give you an estimate of how much money it actually took to launch Livegood. I'm like, yes, please give me an estimate. I wanted to see what it came up with. I actually thought it was going to say like 20, 30 million bucks, but it was pretty accurate. It said, where it is, it says the total estimated startup capital was approximately 3 to 7 million. If I had to pick one number, I'd guess around 5 million. That's pretty freaking close. I think it was probably about 3 to 4 million we put in to, stock our inventory, set up all our warehouses, get some forklifts, get a box truck, all that stuff. And we were probably profitable in definitely first 6 months, maybe even faster than that, because we did it right, kept the overhead low, and just didn't overspend on stuff we didn't need. So I thought that was pretty cool too. And pretty impressive that ChatGPT recognized that and got it pretty right. So anyway, that's all we got, guys. Thank you again for joining us. Congratulations to all of our rank advancers. Congratulations to all of you guys for being part of this awesome movement that is Livegood. Really couldn't do it without all of us together collectively. But as I like to say, we're keeping the fuel on the fire, the pedal to the metal, and about to take it to a whole nother level. So you guys are in the right place at the right time. See you next week. We're out of here. Bye, guys.
Yo. Oh, wow. Go get tour takers. First day of the week.
You know it.